Now, from Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank. Coming up tonight, it's the season premiere of The Zone Extra. In the Coach's Corner, we're joined by the man leading the top-ranked boys soccer team in the state. Plus, our Athlete of the Week is one of the area's top volleyball players.
We set our goals really early in the season, and as a senior, I'm really trying to lead by example, be really vocal on the court all of the time.
It's time to kick things off. The Zone Extra starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the season premiere of the Zone Extra. I'm Andrew Chernoff. What a great week of high school sports with the fall season in full swing. In the Coach's Corner, his Hounds are off to a great start to the season. They're ranked #1 in the state. Longtime Carmel boys soccer coach Shane Schmidt joins us in studio. Plus, our Athlete of the Week is one of the state's top volleyball players and a future Oregon Duck. Meet Roncalli senior Logan Bell. And you will not want to miss our top play of the week, courtesy of the Pike Red Devils. Now let's take a look at this week in high school sports. Last Friday was week 1 of the high school football season. We saw plenty of great action at Center Grove. It was visiting Westfield going on the road to pick up a 6-point victory. Meanwhile, in the Circle City Conference, Chittard picked up where it left off last year. The Trojans scored 58 points in a win over Brebeuf. Another defending state champ looked good in week 1. Lutheran earned a 41-14 victory. Remember, Coach Dave Pash's team is competing in 2A this year. And at Ben Davis, what a start for Cathedral as the Irish go on the road and pick up a 24-6 win over the defending 6A champ.
It was about as good a performance as we can get, and I'm not even sure I expected it, to be honest with you. Our guys really stepped up, because we were efficient in all 3 phases.
This is a moment we've all been waiting for, and everybody played their tails off, and I'm just great with the outcome. I'm very excited for this season, and I'm excited for what all the guys can do.
Also Friday was the Battle for the Bell as Lawrence Central hosted rival Lawrence North. This was an entertaining game all night long. Check out this play, though, from the Wildcats. Marcus Jackson just takes the ball away and then laterals it back, and that's a touchdown. Lawrence North wins 33-26. And how cool is this? That game was the featured Week 1 contest in the Great American Rivalry Series.
Well, the rivalry series is always trying to go to as many rivalries as they can. Again, we only go to rivalries that meet all the requirements when it comes to excitement, traditions, passion, just the fervor of the fans. So unfortunately, we haven't been able to come to this one before, but we're really, really excited to kick off the 2024 season at the school.
Sticking with football, tomorrow night will certainly be a special one at Arsenal Tech as the Titans host Crispus Attucks. That's because last season Tech did not have a single home game. The Titans field was under construction, so the team had to go on the road for all 10 weeks of the regular season. Even more renovations and improvements are planned at the stadium. This team is certainly excited to play at home once again.
I'm truly excited. We haven't played a home game here in 2 years, so bringing back the fans, the alumni, and the staff on our field, on our historic field, is going to be amazing for us.
It's probably going to be amazing, man. We've been waiting to play on here for a minute. Yeah, just a lot of winning going on here. That's all we're a program. Just building an organization, going crazy.
Well, there's an honest excitement out here for this opportunity. It's been a long time since we've been back at our home field, and the kids are really juiced up about it. I mean, it was hard last year being road warriors, but I mean, there's a true, honest excitement within the kids to get this first game out of the way back in our stadium.
Moving to the pitch where the boys and girls soccer seasons are going strong with plenty of great action across central Indiana over the past few days. Monday night in girls soccer, it was Sheridan hosting Heron on the Blackhawks' new turf field. 16th minute, Max Smith through traffic right here. She finds the corner, Sheridan up 4-0. 4 minutes later, Brielle Garner, room to run, and finishes with the right foot. Finds the back of the nets. One of her 2 goals on the night. Sheridan moves to 4-0 on the young season with a 9-0 win. Let's take a look now at this week's Class 1A girls soccer coaches poll. Heritage Christian in the top spot. Providence is second. Evansville Christian, Sheridan, and Faith Christian are 3rd, 4th, and 5th, respectively. Meanwhile, in boys soccer, last weekend, 3-time defending state champ Noblesville hosted the Midwest Soccer Showcase, and on Friday night, the Millers took on St. Xavier out of Kentucky. Scoreless, 45th minute, Noblesville draws a foul in the box, and it means it's time for a PK. Caden Rice sends the keeper the wrong way from the spot. Millers lead 1-0. 8 minutes later, though, St. X finds the equalizer off the corner. The Tigers strike from outside the box. This match would end in a 1-1 draw. Noblesville is unbeaten through its first 5 contests. Time for a break, but we have much more ahead on the Zone Extra. Up next, it's the Coach's Corner. There he is. He leads the top-ranked boys soccer program in the state. Carmel head coach Shane Schmidt joins the show to talk about the Hounds. And later, she's one of the top volleyball players in Indiana. We'll introduce you to our athlete of the week from Roncalli High School.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank. This is the Zone Extra Coach's Corner.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. Time now for our Coach's Corner, and this man's team right now, unbeaten on the young season, currently ranked #1 in the state. We want to welcome longtime coach of the Carmel boys soccer program, Shane Schmidt. Shane, appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. #1 in the state right now, 2-0 start to the year. How impressed have you been with this group so far?
I've been really impressed. I told them the other day, I said it's one of the first times that I can remember in a long time that it was just a true blue collar. We go out and work for all 80 minutes and from start to finish, and we do the recovery runs that we needed to. And I mean, and for having a tough start to the schedule, playing Zionsville and Pike, and coming away with 2 wins against 2 quality opponents, it says a lot about these guys.
These guys know there's history at stake with this Carmel program. You guys have been good for a long time, but it's crazy because the last state championship was '06. Motivation-wise, knowing also that they're #1 right now in the state, how much is that discussed internally?
Not a lot, to be honest. It's kind of one of those things that on Monday when the rankings came out, we at training, one of the boys was next to me, and I just said, hey, the new rankings came out, kind of jokingly, and they're like, oh yeah, what are we? And then nobody knew. And so then I brought them all in, and I said, we're ranked #1, and I said, and it's something to be proud of for what you've done and so far in this short season. I said, but is that the goal that we have really set for ourselves, and to be ranked #1, and now we can just kind of hit the cruise control and relax? I said, how was it to get to #1? And they're like, hard work. And I said, what do you think it's going to be to stay #1? And they said, even harder work. And I'm like, well, at least we know it. And, I just bring it to their attention. And then after that, it's just a foregone, it goes out the head, and we go back to work and talk about being crisp and clean and, concentration and all that kind of stuff. And rankings really don't mean anything in the regular season. I even said it to the boys, and I said, heck, we've even been ranked as high, #1 in the country and stuff at times, and it still doesn't mean that you're #1 in the state at the end of the year, and that's what the ultimate goal is.
And that's got to make it easier from a coach perspective of they have that right mentality that I'm trying to also instill in this group. And Shane, I know this is year 18 for you, which is insane. It flies by, doesn't it? You've been at the program over 25 years overall. Why keep doing this? What is that motivation for you to keep coming back year after year?
I love it. I love working with the guys. I played high levels of soccer myself, and I want somebody else to experience what I experienced, and I want them to have, a great time. And we go to lengths to get guys, help them be recruited, and talking to college coaches and doing different things for them. But even it goes away beyond the field. Once these guys are a part of the Carmel soccer family, it's great. Someday we'll get guys that come back from college and all different alumni from different ages that come to games, and then they're all coming by and saying hi. Or at the convention last year, all these guys that come by, and it's just, none of it's ever about me, and it's not, it never has been. It's about the guys, and I think the day that I dread not going, and the day I dread going out and I don't enjoy it, then I need to not do it anymore.
So you said it's not about you, but clearly the guys latch on to you. We actually caught up with some of your current players to get their thoughts on what you mean to them.
What makes him so special is he played the game. He knows exactly what it feels like being our footsteps and being our position. And like if he takes you out, if he gets mad at you, he'll explain it until you get it. He won't just take you out and just have you sit there wondering what you did wrong.
My favorite part about Coach Shane is that he's always super dedicated and very into the games, and he's always pushing us to be the very best version of ourselves we can be. And if we're not getting up to his expectations, he'll let us know.
I think my favorite part about Coach is just like how into the games he gets. Like we'll be, you'll be on the bench and someone will score, right? And everyone gets up and is super excited, but you'll see Coach Shane just get up, screaming, yelling, running down the sideline. Like it's super fun.
Okay, Shane, you hear that. What goes through your mind?
I'm proud. Brings kind of, even though they're saying that kind of stuff, it just makes me kind of brings tears to my eyes. That's how they see me, But I mean, that is me, and that's what they get. And I want them to be the best, and I want them to have fun, and I want them to enjoy stuff. And I know what it's like to work so hard for something, and then when you score a goal, the celebration and just that release of energy. And I mean, I'm not going to deny, like I'd felt it when I was part of the team on the field, but I mean, I'm still part of the team, and on the sideline, I'm not physically making any difference in the game, but we're investing a lot of time in it too. And when we see things like that come to fruition and a goal gets scored or a passing pattern that we work on happens that leads to a good attempt, and it's like those things, it makes me, it makes me do what I do and why I want to keep doing it, to hear those guys say that kind of stuff. And the day that it doesn't happen, then I need to not do it anymore.
Awesome stuff right there. Let's take a quick look at the September schedule for you guys. A lot of big time road matches at Verbuff, September 3rd, September 6th, then at Fishers, or 5th rather, then at Lawrence North, at Columbus North. Coach, it got a few more seconds left. Just your thoughts on that, I guess, fury of games right off the bat in September. It's different when you look at it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know I look at it at the start, and then it's like you kind of just, it just settles in that it's a tough schedule. I mean, we played Zionsville at home on August 17th, and now we're on the road all the way, and the next time we're at home is North Central. So it's going to be a fun ride. We get to get free Jimmy John's and all that good stuff and eat. It'll be fun.
Hey, Jimmy John's is freaky fast, and your Greyhounds are really good. Shane Schmidt, appreciate it as always.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Best of luck the rest of the way as well.
Thank you very much.
Still more ahead on the Zone Extra. It's time for our Athlete of the Week. She's one of the senior leaders on a Roncalli team that has high expectations. Coming up, meet Royals volleyball standout Logan Bell. Plus, we go on campus to catch up with Purdue football All-American and former Westfield standout Dylan Thieneman.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. One of the teams to watch this season in girls volleyball is Roncalli. The Royals are coming off a regional championship and have not dropped a set through 3 matches this year. One reason for that optimism is the play of senior Logan Bell. The outside hitter is an Oregon commit, where she will play both indoor and beach volleyball. Bell is averaging nearly 13 kills and 8 digs per match on the young season. In her final year at Roncalli, a state championship is of course the ultimate goal, but Bell also knows the importance of her leadership within the team and the program.
We set our goals really early in the season, and as a senior, I'm really trying to lead by example, be really vocal on the court all of the time so that nobody's really confused and everybody knows what's going on. And I think that's helping, and once I do it, then everybody tries to lead by example and follow.
She works hard in everything she does, and she is also working hard outside of the court. She does CrossFit, she plays beach, because she knows that there's more work to do outside of the gym. And so it's good for those girls to see that you have to put the time and the effort in.
From the beginning, as a freshman, I learned a lot from Emma Halter, the Texas libero. She really was just a really big role model in my life, and she just showed me how it was done the best, and I kind of learned from her, and I tried to just exemplify that in my leadership skills too.
Logan is so goofy, she's funny, and she's just a committed kid, and she really displays that in her leadership and just how she carries herself. And that really shows off the court because she's well liked by so many people.
We're just trying to take it step by step and not to overlook matches because we've fallen short like twice. So that's something that we're trying to overcome and stay focused on what's at the task at hand.
Time for a break, but still more to come on the Zone Extra, including our play of the week. Plus, we will give you our game plan for the Zone tomorrow night.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. Now it's time to go on campus where we catch up with a former Central Indiana High School athlete as he or she competes at the collegiate level. This week, we check in with the Purdue football team. Now, last year as a freshman, former Westfield standout Dylan Thieneman took the Big Ten by storm. The defensive back started all 12 games for the Boilers and led the team in tackles. Thieneman also recorded 6 interceptions. He was the Big Ten Freshman of the Year and a third-team All-American. Pretty impressive resume already. Heading into year number 2 at Purdue, Thieneman says he's impressed with what he's seen from the Boiler defense so far.
It's extremely beneficial because we have more good guys, so we have more guys, more competition, more people competing. It just makes everyone better overall. At the beginning of the camp, we set like 3 things for us. So we set like being physical, being fast, precise, and then each day they have like clips of us being that and like clips bad. So I think we just continue to progress, like being more physical, being faster, being more detailed in everything that we do. Last season was good, but there was a lot of things, like everything I can improve on. You just keep going, get better. So there's not, like I'm not satisfied, I just want to keep going.
One of our favorite parts of covering high school sports is the fans. The school spirit, incredible each fall as we award the prestigious Zone banner to the school with the best spirit. Here's a look at some of the best from this past week. And this is that banner the students are competing for, the Zone Championship banner presented by Crew Car Wash and Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender. We're giving this huge banner to the school that is in the zone and has the best school spirit. Who's going to be this year's champ and claim the undisputed Top Spirit Award? Plus, who's going to get that awesome banner to hang up at the school at the end of the season? We will find out in November. Now it's time to take a look at our play of the week. Each week we feature one of the top plays from the world of high school sports in Central Indiana. Plus, we'll tell you how your video can be featured. But first, here is this week's top play. Pike's Donovan Ward picks up the snap off the bounce, throws to Sean Nash, and what a grab. Let's see that again. Nash, great concentration. Pike gets the win in the Red Devils season opener. Of course, our crews see a lot of great action, but we want to see your best plays every week as well. Your video could be featured on a future edition of the Zone Extra as our play of the week. Here's what you can do. Download the new All Indiana Sports app. Within the app, you can submit plays, then tune in on Thursday night to see if your submission becomes our play of the week. And My Indy TV is your local home for high school sports. Coming up tomorrow night, it's a good one on the east side as Warren Central hosts Warsaw. You can see all the action live on My Indy TV tomorrow, beginning at 7 p.m. And it's a big night of high school football all across Central Indiana. AC will be live at Bishop Chatard for our Zone tailgate at 5 and 6. Plus, we will have scores and highlights from 22 games, the most in the state, tomorrow night on the Zone beginning at 11:08. Let's take a look at some of the other games that we'll be covering tomorrow on the Zone. Brownsburg versus Cathedral, that's going to be a good one. Carmel against Westfield, another great one. Southport versus Perry Meridian. Decatur Central versus New Pal. and Lawrence Central versus Zionsville. Going to be a great night of high school football. That's going to do it for the Zone Extra. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tune in again next Thursday night for a brand new episode, and we'll see you tomorrow at 11:08 for The Zone. For more sports coverage, log on to wishtv.com. Have a great night.